Hello everyone, I'm Tintin57 and welcome back to the channel. We've been waiting for this one, haven't we, for a while now. Tourist Bus Simulator, and this is the PS5 version. And big thank you to Aerosoft, first of all, for letting me have early access to this version. And this will be released on May the 14th, so not long to wait. Yeah, here it is. Just wanted to do a quick first look, show you around. This is my very first look as well, so I don't really know what to expect. But let's just have a quick look at the game and what it's all about. And along with the release, it says, in Tourist Bus Simulator, you manage your own bus company on the popular Spanish holiday island Fuerteventura with the help of an economy system. As part of single or continuous trips, hotel shuttles and sightseeing tours, you drive your passengers across the entire island on numerous paved and unpaved tracks and get to know the many cities, villages and beaches that have been faithfully recreated in detail. In addition to the tours, your tasks in the bus company also include managing your fleet, including care and maintenance of the vehicles, as well as employee planning. Fuerteventura awaits you. So that's the build up. This is the first screen that you get when you fire up the game on the console. There's two options. The one on the left here is Economy Progress Management Challenge, which I'm assuming is the career mode, and then you've got schedules, free play, custom routes, weather control. So I imagine that is kind of like the scenario planner. So you can create your own custom routes and not have to deal with the management side. So let's go with economy. What I want to do today really as a first look is just show you around and jump in a bus and go for a drive and really just show you what it looks like on the console. So we'll go for this option and we'll see where this takes us. Hopefully I've removed the music from within the game, because YouTube sometimes will complain about that. There is a setting to remove music. Let's give it a whirl. So that was the intro. I almost wanted to fly those planes in. So the first thing we get is a character screen. So let's take a look at that. We've got male and female. So let's have a look. Let's just go for this guy. Keep my finger on X. Play your name. Well, that's pretty straightforward, isn't it? So, customise the controls. We've got arcade setting. They're all ticked. Realistic. And we've got customised. So, you know what, for purposes of this, until I explore it a little bit more, let's go with what it says, which is arcade, which is pre-picked for us. Looks like we're in the airport. Leave the airport and get in your car. Okay. So, are we getting some kind of... Ah, there we go. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for the indicator to tell us where we were going. So this is outside the airport. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty good so far. Let's see what the driving's like. I haven't seen any sensitivity controls anywhere yet. for the driving. Looks quite good on the inside. So accelerate with R2, brake with L2, so it's just the standard. Now, do we have an outside view? How do we change the view? Oh, that's to higher the seat. Oh, so you can higher the seat if you want to, which is quite good. Are these the steering controls? Not sure. Let's see how we get on first. There must be a way to get outside. Okay, that was the horn. That's the left stick. Ah, there we go. So the right stick. This looks very much like a Range Rover, doesn't it? So right stick will take you to the outside of the car. So let's just give it a go. We've got the sat nav, which we can follow. So I'm assuming this is going to take us down to our company base. I need to follow the speed limits. I don't know if you get penalised actually for this if you do speed. I can see down the sat nav there that we've got a 15 limit. Let's just try going in the actual car itself. We've got 30 limit now, and I'm actually speeding, so I need to be careful with that. So let's just take it easy till we get outside of the airport boundaries. There's a 50. Just get familiar with the camera angle. For me, the camera angle when you're outside, it's a little bit like on the road. It's a bit back to front for me. So we're just going around the roundabout, continuing. Oops, there you go. Yeah, some sensitivity controls might be okay, I think. Unless that's just me not being used to it. Maybe it will come the more I use the vehicles. Does it give a distance? Doesn't give a distance, does it, to our destination? So we'll just continue. Get to have a look at the island. Have we got indicators? We have got indicators. So right one, left one on PlayStation certainly is doing the indicators, which is good. Distant scenery is looking good. Okay, that was a bit of a dodgy turn. I would assume though that I was turning right, I would have had right away, but maybe not. That's one thing obviously we need to look for whilst we're playing this, to see what the AI are actually like. See if they're forgiving, or whether they're a bit after us. So we've reached our first town here. We need to do a left. Okay, they're unforgiving at the moment, I think, is the answer to that. So we discovered a restaurant there as we drove by. This is our... we discovered the gym. Park in the yard, exit the vehicle. So let's reverse in. Next to this one. So we've flown in. We've taken the Land Rover. How do we get out again? Is it X? What is it to get out of the vehicle? Circle. Alright, okay, circle. So we've flown in, we've come down to the company. Now we need to name the company. Shall we give it something original? I've obviously, you can tell, not thought about this before we even Tintin tours. I suppose it should be Tintin's tours, really, shouldn't it? That'll do us. So, we park the vehicle, enter the office. Let's have a look. I presume we just go this way. Door automatically opens. Go to the computer to buy your first bus. Fair enough. We got the contracts. Oh, so this is where we'll pick up all our missions. Some of that font is a little hazy there, isn't it? Let's go to the computer. Vehicles. So, click on this button to open the second-hand vehicle market. Choose one of the available vehicles. Details in the buy option will be displayed. Click and hold the buy button until you have purchased your vehicle. Okay, so second-hand vehicles. Choose one. Buy. So, second-hand vehicles. How much money have we actually got? We got 200,000 euros. So I think we're going to want a decent one, aren't we? So some of them, yeah, some of these need repair. This, looking at the status bar just now, gives a percentage. Let's have a look what we've got. I mean, I must admit, some of these don't mean much to me. These MAN Lions, we've seen these, haven't we, in Bus Simulator, as I recall. Just by process of elimination, I'm going to go for the one that needs the least repair, I think, which is probably this one. So what date are we on? We're on the 1st of June, according to the top. This one is telling me it needs a V-belt change. That's overdue. And the tyres were overdue. All the other components, just looking there, are all okay. So let's just go back. So now we know that. Let's go back and look at... See, that one was 59,000. This was 83% repaired. But this one's only 13,500. So what's the difference? Oil change, tyre change, V-belt change needs doing. Brake lining needs doing in another just 4,400 kilometres, looks like, or thereabouts. But then we got wipers, we got body damage. Okay, so I can see the right. So when you're picking your vehicle, just go into these. If there's one you fancy, just have a look what's needing to be changed, because it's instantly going to cost you money. I think we're going to go with this one anyway. Collect your vehicle on the 6th of June from the harbour. Go to the wall clock to open the candidate, right, because we need to accelerate time, I'm assuming. So, click on this button to skip time to your next appointment. In this case, the time will skip to the pickup day. Alternatively, you can also click on a day in the calendar to skip time. Right, so let's find... So that is square. So square will take us to the 6th, presumably. Drive to the harbour in Puerto del Rosario to pick up your bus. Okay. We can remember our way out of here. Right, where's the Range Rover? Oh, here it is. For some strange reason, when we jumped out, I thought we were walking in there before, but that's the actual garage, so the office is there. That's the garage. Right, now I'm thinking I'm driving a UK vehicle, and I'm getting in at that side. So, enter with circle. So we've got a kilometre to the harbour. So let's do that. Then we can jump in the bus and have a look what that feels like. I got complete sun glare right there. I could not see a thing going around that corner. Well, at least it's not like bus sim. That's not just cost me 40,000, does it? Anyway, let's continue. Yeah, the steering is going to take some getting used to, actually. I am using a controller. I don't know if this has got wheel support. I'll try and find that out. But that sun glare actually does get you. Does get you. So we're back at the airport. We need to go all the way around the roundabout now. And we're taking this one. We're taking this one. Jump back in just for now. So we can do 90 down here. So I moved the stick up there, but what will happen in a few seconds, the camera will alter back down. You see that? So I think we saw the settings for that. We can probably have the driver's view slightly higher if required. Right, we need to be doing 50 here. I'm going to switch to outside so I can see the roundabout. Right, we'll follow this one. And take a right. There's the Centro Commercial, which I assume is the shopping centre. Now we need to do a right here. I'm very cautious now not to bump something on the way past. We may finally get to drive a bus. So let's turn here down to the harbour. Oh, we need to call up those two sunbathers there on the bench. I'm swinging everywhere at the moment with the steering, but that's fine. This is often what happens, isn't it, with a first look? It's a genuine first look, and it just takes some time just to get used to the way that different games drive. You're essentially doing the same task, but everything controls differently. Now, I wonder if there is a cruise control. I'll need to have a look in the options, see if there's a cruise control, because I'm meant to do 30, which seems really slow down here. I'm speeding. And it looks as if from the hood this is 8:05 in the morning, so that's why we're getting that bright sun. Should we get an attack of seagulls overhead? Now, where is the cruise? That's the horn. Right, pressing the horn makes the screen go black as well. I'm not sure what that is. Anyway, let's just trundle along for now. Right, so this is as far as we go. How do I get to the bus? Am I meant to... Oh, there's the bus, look. So let's just park here. We jump out, we circle. So let's take a look at our bus. That's very nice. Now, I'm assuming as well that with it being an MAN, these are fully licensed buses. Let's just go on board and have a look. Which means all the interiors are all as you would find them in real life. You can enter the driver's seat with circle. There we go. And there was a trophy just popped, the first bus. So, leave your car behind, drive the bus back to your company. So the doors have auto closed. Oh, look at that, I love that sun ray coming through there. That's a really nice effect. Let's have a look around the controls. So, this probably is part of the tutorial, so I can't actually see a cursor there to actually turn on or off any lights or open doors or whatever it might be, so I'm assuming we're going to be taught that as we go along. So we got the short drive back, so let's switch to the out. No, that's the horn again. Oh no, it's put us right. I wonder if that is right. I see. So right, so I'm pressing in the right stick. Every time I press in the right stick, I get a different view. So assuming once we get a cursor, we will then be able to change the controls. But for the purposes of this tutorial, we don't have one. Anyway, let's take it back to the depot. I'm going to go back into the cab and see how difficult it is to drive. Because if you've ever been on holiday to any Spanish island, you'll know how tight some of these corners are. And it's always amazing to me how the coach driver gets around some of these bends, just practice. It's going to take us a while. If I'm crashing the Range Rover, there's going to be a few bumps and scrapes in this one, I can tell you. But we will carry on. I'm just trying to stick to that speed limit. That's difficult to see down there. The driving games, I tend to use the HUD rather than looking down at the actual dials themselves that are on the bus or the car or the train. And that's quite small down in that right hand corner. I mean, it's a decent enough size, because the thing about a HUD is you don't want it taking up the whole game, do you? You want to be able to just see enough to get by. And the sat-nav's pretty good. That's big enough. So we'll just kind of swing around a little bit. So let's try and get. Wow, I mean that is really wide. I mean that's us on the pavement. So you need to get a feel for the length of the bus, really. And let's just see what the options are for looking left and right. So we're at the end now. Does it snap back? So I've looked left. I've took my finger off the control. Does it snap back? I don't think it does. So let's just do it ourselves. So I'm moving the right stick back to the centre as I was doing that. So in On the Road Truck Simulator, you'll remember if you've been watching those videos, right at the start we didn't have a snap back to the centre option, which they added later. And this is a different developer, of course, to On the Road. But maybe we can feedback about having a snap back to centre for the turning. There's some flashing there with the curbs, which looks a bit odd. Generally, the look and feel of the game is quite good, to be honest. I mean, that looks pretty in the distance when you look there, you know. takes several different pushes of the right stick to be able to get back to this view. So we need to take a right here. So you can't just go in, in one stick push. You can't just go from this outside view. Well, you probably get back to the cockpit, yeah, but going the other way, you have to go through several different presses of the stick to get back to that view. You have to scroll through the views. Right, let's try and do this. There's no rush when you're working on these roads, as long as you get there safely. Wow, that guy was meant to stop. Did you see that? Straight across. The sound is good through the headphones of the engine. I thought the Range Rover, I'm going to call it the Range Rover. I know it's not a Range Rover. There's probably, apart from the buses themselves, there's probably no identifiable branding, but I'm going to call it a Range Rover because it looks like one to me. But the Range Rover engine sounded a little bit tinny, but this one from inside sounds pretty good, to be honest. Right, we're going to try and back this one up now. Right, I don't want to hit that post. Oh, so we got... Oh, so, right. So there you go. Reverse straight into the wall. I was just about to say, that's good. We've got a reversing camera. And then I proceeded to not use it. So, you guys watching this are going to be way more pro than I am. Hopefully. At driving the actual buses. I can just show you the game. The driving is up to you. I'm trying my best to be a perfectionist here and get it lined up with the garage. I don't know if there's a handbrake or anything. Oh, park in the yard, this said. So does that want me just to jump out now? It does. So the doors have opened automatically. We need to go to the office, which is here. Where's the office door? Here it is. Go to the fax machine, get the first order. So, click on this button to see the available orders. Click on an order and confirm it. And you can find your accepted orders by clicking on this button. Okay. So, we've got one order. This is 10 minutes. This is line 11. So, let's do that. So, let's have a look. Current orders. This is for 7th of the 6th. So we're on the 6th of the 6th. So this is for tomorrow. So now, do I advance time? Yes. Open the calendar. So this is all tutorial when you go in. So obviously, I don't think you can skip any of this. So when you do get the game, make sure you do it. Skip time to your next appointment. Yep. We might as well be ready to go. Board your bus. The first trip. Right, so let's try this then. Let's do our first meaningful trip in the bus. I'm assuming we've got enough fuel and all that sort of thing. Follow navigation to the first stop. Let's get back in the bus. When do we get the navigation then? Ah, there we go. There it is. Whoa, where did he come from? I didn't realise there was a road there actually. Right, okay. I need to pay more attention to that, I think. Let's start this again. We started off, didn't we? I think our bus was at sort of 93% workable. We've probably reduced that now somewhat with these bumps and scrapes we've had so far. So it's testing us here with this circular type road. So obviously the right turn out of the depot road is too tight for us, so it's taking us around that little feeder place, and we've also got the first stop right here as well. We've got the indicator on. Yeah, this not being able to centre is a bit strange. Now we want to avoid those passengers because they're right in the way there, aren't they? Wow, that is a cluster of passengers. Hi there, hello. How you doing? There's quite a few getting on. Let's have a look behind. Excellent. Right, it says follow the route shown to... Are there still people getting on? People are still saying hello. Follow navigation to the next destination. So do we shut the doors? What do we do? Or does it just go... I see, it wants to shut them as we go. So look in the mirrors though. The mirrors look like they're working, so that's good. Attention, your bus body gets body damage every time you crash. Yeah, I know that. I just can't avoid the crashes. Let me look outside. What's going on? I think the guy's squeezed up next to us. There he is. So I had right away then. He reached the stop sign. He should have waited. So you can tell there's a running theme here that I'm not very good at the driving so far. We will pick this up as we go along, I'm sure. Once we learn the map, once we learn that the AI are not stopping at the stop line. So we're going left here. Because our first trip is down to the airport. So this view is pretty good for being able to learn where the back of the bus is on the bends, and importantly where the front of the bus is, so you don't hit anybody that's trying to turn in front of you. And we're going to turn into the airport. Now then, which is the way in? Is it this one? Or does it want me to go to this one? Looks like it's this one. Make sure with no pedestrians there on the zebra crossing. Now I'm not entirely sure where it would like me to park, but we'll carry on. There's a little tiny bit of flashing in of the scenery, isn't there? But it's nothing major. This is the pre-release copy. I don't know if anything else will get fixed prior to the main release on the 14th of May. But this is quite good. I'm looking for where it's giving me a stop marker. I think it's up here at the top. We'll try and stay in lane until then. There's a car park up to our left there. Right, this is the bus lane, is actually over here, isn't it? So people should stay out of our way there. Does it want me to come up here? Yeah, so this looks like the bus terminal for the airport. Swing it round, swing it round. Ah, so there's our marker, that's where we need to stop, so that's good. We'll flick back in for this. Right now the people are actually yeah, what do I do? I need to stop in the markers. Right, so it's not charging me anything for going into the people. Obviously I shouldn't do that, but we've got people stood in the seats. So probably these passengers need a little bit of fixing. It's not a major thing, to be honest. Yeah, see the passengers are jumping around. Follow the navigation to the final stop. So let's go back to the outside view again. We've got quite a full bus, to be honest. Right, those guys are actually getting on. So the doors are closing again as we move off. Now, whether that will change after the sort of tutorial section that we're running, I'm assuming we can get controls, or we need to not use the arcade control scheme. We need to set up one of the others that we saw at the beginning. But let's go to the last stop. And I'm meant to be doing 15 out of here as well, so I'm speeding again. But I think this game's going to be a lot of fun, actually. The island is obviously quite big. And I have seen this briefly on PC. There's quite a few locations on the island which didn't seem to be unlocked for me, so I'm assuming you discover those as you drive around the island a little bit more. But all that is there to be discovered. Right, now let's oh yeah, there we go, there is two lanes. I thought there was just one lane then, and it was going the wrong way, but here we are, this is correct. There's a fuel station there. I'm assuming we can fuel up. There is a marker there showing that we can fuel up. But I don't know where we check what fuel we've actually got, unless we have to look actually in the cab itself. So the steering is becoming a little bit easier now, certainly in this view. Even though I'm taking some of these bends fairly quicker than I should. Let's get the indicator on. Telling us to follow the route, so I'm not sure whether we're going back to our depot right this time or if it's taking us somewhere completely different, but we'll persevere. Sounds as if the wheels are skidding. Can you hear that when I put the brakes on? So what are you guys thinking so far? Does it look good? Is it what you expected? Let me know down below whether you're going to pick this up. I'd be interested to know. Once again, when a game like this comes out, it's always great to share knowledge and tips between us in the comments, as we always do. So here's our next stop. Now there's a stop sign there on the left. That's where the guy came out on us before. He was meant to stop, I'm sure. So let's park here. Let all passengers disembark. Is that because I'm not in the lines? Nobody's disembarking. Let me get level. Let me make sure I'm in the middle of this. Ah, there we go. And there's another trophy, the first ride. All stops have been completed. Service rated 73. Crashes 1, radar traps. So there is radar traps for speeding. This is what I thought. I don't know what the fine will be for that. But that's our first trip done, in our first look. I quite enjoyed that. The steering takes some getting used to. The AI, I've not made my mind up yet whether the AI or just whether it's me not paying attention or whether the AI needs some further work or not. Graphically, it's pretty good. There's been a couple of times where we've seen the scenery popping in and out. We've seen flashes around the curbs on the roundabouts. And we also saw some issues with the passengers, didn't we, just then at the airport, where they're actually stood in the bus stop and they're sort of appearing out of nowhere. But I imagine that kind of stuff is quite easily fixed. So part of me having an evaluation copy is that I can give feedback. So I'll certainly give some feedback on what I've seen so far. But this was the first look, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're planning to pick this up on the 14th. I will do a few more of these videos prior to the 14th, and we'll possibly even do a live stream so we can go a little bit further. And yeah, let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you want to see more of Tourist Bus Sim on the next gen console, and in particular on the PS5, just subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, and then you'll know exactly when a new video gets uploaded. But that's it for now. Thanks everybody once again for joining me. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.